Hi, I'm Dr. Roadhouse, and I want to introduce you to my patient, Christy Roberts. Christy is in our thyroid program, and why don't you just give us a history of, what your symptoms were when you came in, how long you had it, and what else you've tried.
Well, what really made me come in was the tingling in my toes. It had gotten pretty bad, and my feet would get really cold, and I had been told several times I didn't have a thyroid problem, so I really wasn't thinking along that lines until I saw your ad. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, hey, I meet a lot of these symptoms. I don't sleep. Um, I have had horrible heartburn.
Before you came in.
Before I came
Right.
in, yeah, I had the
Yeah.
horrible heartburn before I came in. Not sleeping. Those
Energy
two were
level.
really the main. My energy level was not good. I'd have to drag myself out of bed every day, drag myself through the day. And I'm telling you, I was glad when nighttime came so I could just sit and do nothing. And that's really what I did on my time off was absolutely nothing because I just had no energy.
Mhm.
I'd clean up my house a little bit, but it would wear me out just to pick up my house, much less clean it.
What about like memory?
Oh yeah, I have a real
Yeah.
memory problem. Didn't remember the memory problem. It was so bad at work. My employees, if they see me lay something down, they pick it up for me so that I am not asking them an hour later, what did I do with my pencil, or what did I do with this, or what did I do with that. I know everybody has the problem of occasionally walking into a room going, what did I come in here for? I have that problem. I can walk across like where I work and totally forget what I was doing, and until somebody reminds me, I wouldn't. I'd be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I
And
forgot.
that's you can get that as you get older, and it's
Right.
age dependent, but not at your age.
Yeah, not in the 40s.
Yeah, that's
That's
abnormal.
supposed to be like more in the 80s.
Right, yeah. Now what about your balance?
And my balance, I thought I was just a klutz.
Yeah.
I really did. People at work again would joke with me, watch out when you're working with Christy, it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
She'll hurt you or herself, more likely herself. But and it was bad. And I just thought it was normal. I just thought it was because I was a klutz. I didn't know it had anything to do with
Yeah.
what's going on inside.
Well, now we know because it's safe to be around you.
Yeah.
What about did you get the morning headaches?
Yeah, I'd have headaches a lot. I'd wake up with a headache. I would, it would last through most of the day, and it'd be almost a daily occurrence.
Okay. And did you have any hair loss problems?
Well, my hair falls out. I thought it was just because it was so thin that when I brush it, it just.
The thinness is also, part of that too, where you don't. What about like dry skin?
Yes, I had bad dry.
Yeah.
Like I'd get ashy.
Okay. And so you had, I think, almost every thyroid symptom, but yet when you went to the doctor, they only tested TSH, T3, and T4, and those were normal. But when we did the other tests, we do 9 tests. That's where we found out what the problem was.
Yeah.
And you had more problems with that, than just the thyroid because there's different parts to it. But when we did the labs, no one has ever run any labs like that, and no one did a neurological exam on you like that.
No, I actually even had one doctor who just reached from behind me, feeling where my thyroid's supposed to be, and says, "Oh no, you don't have a thyroid problem."
Yeah, well, and that's just one symptom when you get either nodules or goiter.
Right.
That's just one thing, but you can't tell from looking at someone whether they have a thyroid problem. And unfortunately, the way that the system works is that if you're within this range, then you don't have a thyroid problem,
Right.
even if it's right on the edge. And yours was on the edge, along with all the other ones that we found. Okay, so as far as how many years did you feel like this before you came in to see us?
At least 10.
Okay, all right. So for 10 years, energy levels, stomach trouble, daily headache. What about the weight gain and trying to lose the weight?
Yeah, I all kinds of diets, starvation diets. I've never been, and I don't expect to ever be really skinny, but right now I'm really overweight and I couldn't lose it. I've tried everything, and yeah, sure, when I was starving myself, I'd lose the weight, but it would all come right back and then some. You know?
And it made it tough to get through the day when you have to fight the hunger pains all
Right,
day
yeah,
long.
and-
Sooner or later, you're going to give into it. You know?
Right, yeah, I would cheat on every diet because I would crave sugar, I would crave carbs, you know, I would want that candy bar or that soda or,
Because your blood sugar was
Right.
spiking it, and you were.
and I would have
And-
problems with my blood sugar.
Right.
Even when I wasn't on a diet, even when I was eating regularly, I would have problems with my blood sugar just dropping way low. And now, since you put me on the anti-inflammatory diet, I eat all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's all I do. I eat and I work.
Mm-hmm.
My husband's like, "You're eating again." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's working." I've lost, it's been slow, but I've lost 20 pounds.
And it's going to be slow because it's a healthy loss.
Right,
You're losing the
yeah.
right stuff. And, you know, when you go on one of those starvation diets, you know, you can lose 30 pounds a month, but a lot of it's fluid. You're not really losing much fat. And you're at the body, because the thyroid set lower in the basal metabolic rate, you actually start digesting other areas, muscles and
Right.
stuff like that. Okay, so what we did is we did the labs on you, and we did the genetic testing. We found the foods that were poison to you, that were causing inflammation in your body, and we removed those. And we also did the cross-reacting foods,
Right.
because those are the ones that cross-react and they do the same exact thing. So if you try to do this on your own and you just did that, genetically you have foods that were on the healthy list that we
Right.
talked about that are actually doing the same thing. So we've avoided those. So all the other foods that we've given you are ones that don't cause inflammation, because a chronic case has inflammation. So you've been able to eat, so you're not starving yourself, you're satisfied, and you lost 20 pounds, and it's only been 3 months?
It hasn't been that long. It's been,
I think 7 weeks, right?
yes.
Yeah, 7
about
weeks.
7 weeks.
So that's really good. You know, that's about 2 to 3 pounds a week, which is, you know, you're losing the right stuff then. Okay, so talk about, you know, the other things that have improved. I mean, first of all,
No
you
more
didn't
headaches.
sleep. No more headaches. What about sleep?
Sleep hasn't improved a whole lot, but it has improved some.
So where was it before, and what's it doing now?
Before I wake up like several times in the middle of the night, and
Could you go back to sleep then?
yes, after a while,
Okay, but it took
but
a
I'd lay there and toss and turn and toss and turn.
Okay.
And now I don't wake up as many times a night. I'm
Mhm.
still tired,
Mhm.
but you know, as you've explained to me, it doesn't fix overnight.
Right.
So,
And
but I've seen enough improved symptoms
Mhm.
that, you know, it's made me understand that this is worth it. It's fixing me, not putting a Band-Aid on it.
And then when we're done, you're done, because we tested you, you don't have autoimmune.
Right.
Okay? So that means when we're done with this, which we said with your particular case right around 6 months,
Mhm.
and we're working that way, we haven't even got to the adrenals yet, because you have
Right.
to get the blood sugar, we just got done, you know, fixing the colon and the liver, and we haven't got there yet, and that's, you know, we have to prioritize them and go, and so that's going to be down the road a little bit. But by getting your blood sugar under control, you have to have the blood sugar under control to fix the thyroid, but also to help you sleep. So we got to do that. Next step is, you know, work on the adrenals, which
Right.
your adrenals were all messed up from that ASI test that we did.
Right, yeah. I think that's probably a lot of that was from all the crazy dieting, starvation stuff I did.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do when you have a thyroid problem is diet and restrict calories, and then work out real hard, because what happens is the basal metabolic rate of the thyroid just gets set lower and lower. So it's not just a diet. We've actually given you products that you've had to take, and
Right.
you've seen the results, because it's a two-pronged approach to
Right.
the neurological treatments and, you know, the metabolic. So have you noticed any improvement, like in your balance and stuff and coordination yet?
Yeah, it seems like a little bit, not a
Mhm.
lot, but you know, some. I'm not as klutzy
Mhm.
as I usually am, and I have noticed a small amount of improvement in my memory too.
Okay. And we haven't even been able to get to that, because we're still
Right.
working on the cerebellum. So
So
it is
yeah.
starting to work right, and eventually
it's not a constant thing.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
not every day I can remember
Yeah.
everything, but I do remember, you know, I mean, I actually got interrupted when I was doing something, and usually if I get interrupted doing something, that's it. I'm not I can't go back to it, or I just forget to go back to it. And there's been a couple of times that I've been interrupted doing something, and I've actually remembered what I was doing when I was finished with the interruption, which that was a really cool feeling.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing
that's
that's really cool, and most people have probably noticed this, is that you're smiling and laughing because you were not when you came in.
No,
you were
I was,
gloomy Gus.
Yes, because I
didn't
feel good all the time. I just always felt bad.
Yeah.
Just in general, because I was so tired, and I always had heartburn, which that's gone most of the time. If I use too much spice or something on my food, I might get it occasionally, but nothing at all like what it used to be. I mean, it used to be so horrible that it would just bring me to tears. It'd be so bad.
Well, you've done really well. Well, this is just an update. Like we said, it's going to take 6 months roughly to get you fixed up. So I think we'll check back with you in a couple months, chart your progress and stuff, and just see, how much better you're going to be. And I know just in a short time that you can see that you're going to get better. It's not if you're getting better, it's when you're
Exactly. It's not like, when you go on a starvation diet, it's not like that, because it's like, I've been on so many that it's like, okay, as soon as I finish and get through this part of it, I'm going to gain all the way back. But I know now what to avoid.
Right, because we did the genetic testing, so you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And what causes me to do some of this crazy stuff that I do.
Yeah.
So.
Well, do you think that the testing that we did, the genetic testing and the cross-ranking foods, when you saw that in black and white on the paper, do you think that helped make you more committed? Because you're not guessing now, it might be this or it might be that you saw that there and go, these are bad for me, they cause my body to inflame, and when your body's inflamed, your brain's inflamed and things don't work right. So do you think that really, it helped you stick with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, I've noticed that one of the things on this diet is that I don't crave sugar like I used to.
Right, because we got your blood sugar. See, you crave it because your blood sugar was spiking because of some of the things that were good. All right. Well, thanks, Christy. I'm glad you're smiling and you're doing good and you're losing weight, and I'm sure your friends and family and all your employees are pretty happy.
Yes.